Hello, Shaker Heights varsity hockey fans. Welcome back into the Slater Family Ice Arena, where Shaker Heights will be taking on the Meadville Bulldogs for their third game of the tournament. Now, Shaker Heights is coming off of a tough loss. They were facing Perrysburg, a team that actually tied Meadville in their first game of this Jamie Ruffner Memorial Tournament. It was a 2-2 final. However, Shaker Heights was up 3-0 against Perrysburg in that first period. After that, no more offense for Shaker, only offense for their opponent. They scored 3 goals in that second period, tying it up into the final frame, and then they scored their fourth and final goal. Only about 10 minutes left to go in the game. It was very, very distressing if you are a Shaker Heights hockey fan, and now they're going to look forward into a team that they have beaten many times, and that's the Meadville Bulldogs, a team out of Pennsylvania. Shaker Heights will be facing them later in the year in a tournament in Meadville, very cold ice arena. We'll be talking about that all throughout the tournament. That should be, I believe, in January, but Shaker Heights is really looking to get their first win of the season against a team from Pennsylvania that they've beaten multiple times. Meadville ranked 56th in the entire state of Pennsylvania. That includes club teams. Shaker Heights, if we include club teams, ranked number 15. So even though there are more high school teams there, Shaker Heights still take those rankings and understand that this is a squad that they can beat. Now, Shaker Heights going with a different kind of look, and what I mean by that is we have Marios Kalergis, a freshman, in net today, getting the start after Michael Better started the last 2. Now, with Kalergis, we're going to be getting a new look. I was talking to him before the game, and he was a little bit nervous. But if we're being honest, if he wasn't nervous, more concerned, because it means that he's caring about this game and he knows what is at stake here in his very first varsity start. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum with the call. No national anthem as usual during this tournament, so we're going to send you right down to the ice as Shaker Heights gets set for Game 3 of the tournament. Thank you. Shaker Heights in their same uniform that they played against Perrysburg in earlier today. That game was at 10 in the morning, and now they've had a lot of time to think things over before the next one. What is that, 11 hours until the next puck drop, which may not seem like a long time, but in the grand scheme of the tournament, they had the very first game of the day, and they had the very last game of the day, and we'll see if Shaker Heights will return to this rink tomorrow morning, or if they're going to be on the bus to Findlay to play their final game tomorrow. That game would be taking place at 1. Shaker Heights cannot play the 1 o'clock game here at the Slater Family Ice Arena. That's going to be for the championship game of the tournament. However, Shaker Heights already does not have the opportunity to get to that championship game. They're fighting for, at best, either 5th or 6th place with this victory over Meadville today. Meadville takes it off the draw. It's going to Dylan Ersepke and Cole Richard back in at the first defensive line, and they have right now been looking good as a pair. 2 sophomores looking pretty good. Here's Joey Moore, Colin Arth, and Ryan Kiltz out there as well. That one hit the pipe, a little bit of an awkward bounce. Again, Marios Kalergis in the net here today. That's right, he's the brother of Jonathan Kalergis, who just graduated last year wearing number 21. But here's number 21, the current number 21, taking it up the ice. He's trying to leave it to Ryan Kiltz. He's under pressure, however, as the new defensive pairing comes out. Arth slows things down. He'll take the shot. It's tipped, and it'll fly up and into the glass and back down onto the ice as Meadville takes it over. Outside of the blue line, it's actually kept in with a poke from Connor Mayu, who's now out with Ryan Lenahan and Sebi Juan, that second trio of offense. On defense right now, it's Cam Mayu and it's Andy Benincasa. Something we're looking at from Andy Benincasa is whether he can keep the puck in front of him whenever it's sent to him along the boards. As a defenseman, you got to fish it out from the point if you can, especially when your team is setting up on offense. You need to make sure it stays within the blue line. There, pass to the slot, it'll go wide and eventually clear itself out. Delayed offsides from Meadville, so they touch up to the neutral zone. as Benincasa leaves it to Ryan Lenahan. 3 goals scored from Ryan Lenahan throughout this tournament. He got the only 2 goals scored against Bowling Green as we get an icing. And he scored 1 of the 3 goals scored against Perrysburg. The other goals coming from Cole Richard. He got the 2nd goal, and Connor Mayhew. Or excuse me, I believe I have those flipped. Connor Mayhew, goal number 2, and Cole Richard on a power play goal was number 3. Right now, we're scoreless, less than 2 minutes into this one. Aiden Salmon tried to clear it out of the zone. He's not able to just yet, so Lowell Rich is going to get the job done, actually, to Axel Schneider. Just split the 2 guys, and he'll take it into the corner. Schneider finds Salmon. Salmon was looking for Rich, but he falls down to the ice while trying to take the shot, and it just did not work out. 12:50 to go in the first frame. 0-0 the current score. Lowell Rich slowing things down. He's bumped off the play, and Meadville going to try and create the offensive zone turnover and get something set up. Right now, nothing yet. Axel Schneider takes a man down into the corner, and it looks like they're going to roll a penalty on him. And not much has changed. A lot of soft penalties. And they call it a cross check on Axel Schneider. And I gotta say, these referees not letting them play very physical, which is surprising because that's US's game. And they have been playing it just fine here at the Slater Family Ice Arena. University School just playing the game before this one. They beat Bowling Green 6-0. Shaker, unfortunately, did not beat Bowling Green. They lost to him 5-2 yesterday, 3 p.m. puck drop. 3 a.m. would be a little bit taxing. But here's a good rush created by Meadville, just clearing it away. That time was Colin Arth. Good back check from number 2-1. Here's a pass up to the point. Number 7 goes over to number 5 and takes the shot. It's tipped up and into the glass. Again, no rosters for the Meadville Bulldogs, same as Perrysburg. Could not find those rosters online. Just not a big online presence for those 2 squads. And so we're going to be working with the numerals once again today. As we get a stoppage in play, we're going to say today's puck in the net picks. For me, I decided to go with Connor Mayhew. And for me, I decided to go with Connor Mayhew. Here's a shot on Jonathan Kalergis, or excuse me, on Marios Kalergis. And a good save from him, his first save of the campaign. And excuse me, me and my cameraman were talking. The head coach, Matt Bartley, was actually out trying to fix the film camera so that they can get something going. The student manager is struggling a little bit up here. But now they're right back up to the bench. And now the cameraman, Jeff, he decided to go with Joey Moore, per usual. That's always his typical pick. For the student managers, we decided Maya Mayan was going to go with Ryan Kiltz, Charlotte Juan was going to go with Colin Arth, and Caden Schroeder went with Aiden Salmon. I picked him early on in the campaign, didn't exactly work out. 11:30 left to go in this first period of play. Trying to clear it out was Ersepke. And he will all the way down the ice. Icing was waved off as the Meadville goaltender will touch up. And across into the neutral zone we go, but now Connor Mayhew going to create a chance on his own. Good move. Good shot, and Ryan Lenahan comes in for the rebound chance. Both kick saves with the right pad. 11 minutes to go in the first period. Shaker, keep in mind, still down a man, but they have been defending just fine, especially that time with Connor Mayhew getting the best chance to score so far in this first period. Number 5 backs up to the near side boards. He'll take the shot. Good save by Kalergis. Rebound chance for 29. He was going off the backhand, trying to get a little too fancy with it. Will not work. And Axel Schneider comes right out of the box. Here's a good opportunity. If Mayhew passes it up, he will not, but it'll create a chance for himself, and he'll score! Beautiful work by number 6 of your Red Raiders. Connor Mayhew tacks on goal number 1. And it's my first puck in the net pick. That'll hit. finally, I went with one of the more reliable players on the team, Connor Mayhew, and that's why I picked him, because he's able to make plays like that, plays that we've seen out of kids like Will Brokaw from last year, people like Jack Camp from the year prior, and Tyler Lensowitz. He definitely made plays like that happen all the time. That was at these seniors' freshman years, including myself. He was just an impressive player, and that's one of the reasons why they were able to beat US and make a good run that year. 10 minutes left to go in the first period. Shaker leading by a goal. Thank you, Connor Mayhew, especially personally, for giving me that puck in the net pick. I specifically talked to him on the bus to this game, and I said, listen, man, I'm yet to get one going for myself. Everyone else has had one. Here's a pass to Ryan Kiltz in the slot, and the Meadville goaltender will come off of the net. They really do not have good stuff going for that side of the net. It's been that specific net on the right side of your screen all tournament long. Zoom out, baby. Yes, zoom out. Off the face-off, Sepke will take it, try to dump it into the corner. Will not work. Lowell Rich somehow fights it to keep it in. He's out there with Aiden Salmon, who is also fighting to keep it in just a little bit more. And now Axel Schneider, who again was in the box just moments ago, joins the party as well. Lowell Rich almost with a good chance, can't get anything going. None of these three guys on this third line have scored yet. They're looking for goal number one for this line, and they're a good glove save for the Meadville goaltender number one. 9 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in this first frame. Again, keep an eye on the other puck in the net picks. Keep your eyes out for Joey Moore. He's the cameraman's pick. And for the student managers, Aiden Salmon, Ryan Kiltz, and Colin Arth. Keep your eye out for them. Cam Mayhew dumps this one off the boards and in. Right now we got that fourth line out with Isaac Lazar, Max Brokaw, and Ian Schneiberg. Off the boards, Meadville trying to clear it out, and they will successfully, as number 30 will take it to the near side boards. He'll dump one on net. It'll be a shot on goal for Meadville. Again, Marios Kalergis, the guy between the pipes today. There, a couple of Bulldogs fall down to the ice. One man looks a little bit banged up, and that's number 30 who took that shot from the neutral zone. But now it looks like he's going to take a shot before he heads off to the bench. You can see his back pad is really sticking out as he was banged up. And yeah, he's leaning over the boards before he hops over. And now he does after play gets started. Andy Benincasa flips it off the glass, and it is over, but number 32 gets it on his stick and dumps it right back. Unfortunately for him, Cam Mayhew right in his lane, and that pass went right through the stick of Ryan Lenahan, and it'll be an icing on the Red Raiders. So Shaker Heights, same kind of start that we saw against Perrysburg. Granted, they had 3 goals and were not able to keep it and their lead. Had they won that game, this would be a very different situation. If you win, you're definitely not going to Findlay. If Shaker loses this game, they would also be, I believe, the only team with 0 points. And yes, that would be the case. Be the only team with 0 points on the tournament. They'd be last place, excluding that final game. Connor Mayhew sends it over to Lenahan. Lenahan, already a 3-time goal scorer in the tournament. He's bumped off the play as the rest of his teammates get a couple changes. McGinnis takes it, dumps it in the opposite side corner. Joey Moore now out there with Ryan Lenahan. Ryan Kiltz coming out as well. Lenahan skating this one forward. He'll take a shot on his own accord. Good blocker save by number 1. And here's another shot looking for a secondary chance was Ryan Lenahan, who will move to the slot. Now leaves it to Moore if he can. Struggles against 2 Bulldogs. Here's Joey Moore with Ryan Lenahan, the backhand shot. Joey Moore with another chance, and it'll go to the left side. Here's Joey Moore with a secondary chance. And now number 13 trying to play a physical game against Ryan Lenahan, trying to throw him off up high on his helmet. Referees don't look like they're going to call anything. Luckily, Quentin Garnett isn't here to do anything against this Meadville squad. In those last 2 tournaments in Meadville, he has gotten ejected both times. Now he's playing Kent State club hockey. So you know if a play like that was going to happen to him, he wouldn't let it slide. He would probably not be in for the rest of the game either. This one flipped up outside of the glass, and we're going to get a face-off. We'll see. Should be in the Meadville zone. Not that I mean to take. It was just Meadville was not his place. And that's an understatement. Less than 7 minutes to go here in this first period of play. Hopefully it's not having that same kind of play out in Kent State. That would not get him anywhere. Here's Braden White back to the neutral zone. 6:40 left to go in the first period. He'll have it bank off the glass and forward into the offensive zone. Can Meadville clear it? They really haven't created many good scoring chances, but as I say this, they get a rush going. Here's number 5 on the shot. A nice glove save from Kalergis. Again, very first varsity start for Marios Kalergis. And he's going to get a couple of appreciations from his players, as they also understand what this game has to mean to them. Of course, it was right here at the Bowling Green State University Slater Family Ice Arena. My goodness, that's a handful, or a mouthful. Here's Aiden Salmon dropping it back to Lowell. Rich the shot. Axel Schneider almost with a good secondary chance, but it doesn't come his way. It'll be cleared out past Cole Richard. But as I was saying, Nico Daenerys actually had a shutout victory against Olentangy Braves last year. And that started what would be a phenomenal senior year for number 30 of Shaker Heights. He ended up taking the spot from Michael Better as starting goaltender. And he went on to just play a phenomenal season. Here's a shot. It'll go wide after being tipped. Here's a pass into the slot just out of reach of Axel Schneider. And this one's sent down. Should be an icing, and indeed we'll get the whistle and the hand raise and the call. So we go back down to the other side of the ice to the Meadville zone. Both sides getting some changes. We're getting Schneiberg, Max Brokaw, and Lazar out there as the 4th line of offense. On defense, it's going to be Cam Mayhew and Andy Benincasa. Brokaw in for the faceoff after hitting the referee in the skate. Here's a good chance. Brokaw buries it on the rebound. A wacky little face-off win went off the skate of the referee. And the shot taken from the point, the rebound for Max Brokaw. And he's first in line as he gets his freshman year first varsity goal. Now, referee's getting a new puck. I believe they're keeping that one for the kid. Good stuff for number 24, getting goal number 2 in game number 3 of the Jamie Ruffner Memorial Tournament. Down the ice, it's cleared away by Shaker Heights. Looked like it might have been on net, but regardless, the Shaker defense touches up and turns it back over in the neutral zone. Let's see if this 4th line of offense can do anything more. It looks like they're going to just take this one as a time to skate off. Can Meadville take them on a change? They cannot. As it's going to be that 2nd line of offense. Connor Mayhew, Ryan Lenahan, Sebi Juan out there currently with McGinnis and Benincasa. We saw this pairing of defense really debut in that Perrysburg game earlier today. Here's a pass up to Juan. Juan, good stick work. Now he's going to float this one into the corner for Mayhew to take. Mayhew to Lenahan. Lenahan drops it back to the corner. Mayhew trying the centering pass over to Sebi Juan. Now Braden White with a shot. Sebi Juan goes to Ryan Lenahan. It's tipped and it's floated up just past the netting. 4:05 to go in this first period of play. Can McGinnis keep this one in just for a moment before it's cleared away? Delayed offsides. Shaker touches up to the neutral zone with less than 4 minutes to go. Out of the neutral zone. Braden White under pressure by number 25 of the Bulldogs. He's joined by Ryan Kiltz, who eventually will force the dump in for McGinnis to take. And can he clear it out? No. Meadville with the shot wide left. Now Braden White off the backhand, sends it around, just a bit out of reach of Connor Mayhew. Another shot taken from the point. And Ryan Kiltz playing it all the way down to the neutral zone. And here's a pass. It'll be off of his skate. And we'll see. Arth will join him. But in the neutral zone, once again taken by Meadville for the defense to disrupt and get back in Shaker possession. Shaker up 2-0, but if we saw anything from that first game, don't get too comfortable. Especially when you got over half an hour of game clock left to go. This pass goes awry. It's going to be an icing on Shaker. .249 left to go in the first frame. The forward line 3 back out there. So Lowell Rich is in to take the face-off. It's going to be one back to Meadville. Here's the shot, and oh! Good stick save by Kalergis, but he really shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. Just a little bit of a rookie mistake from Kalergis, but somehow he makes that save happen. Good stuff by number 1. Here's Richard, drops it to Axel Schneider, who's going to take the shot from out wide. Good kick save. Richard going to take a shot of his own. Lowell Rich on the rebound as he's taken down to the ice. And good work from Shaker that time around. Line 3 comes off. Line 2 comes out. Lenahan should be taking the face-off. They're going to keep the defensive pairing of line 1 out there. So Richard and Sepke lean down as Lenahan will take it right off the rip. Center it over to Mayhew, and it's off the bar. Was looking for goal number 2 for himself. It's already 2-0. He was looking to get the 3-0 lead with that kind of shot, just elevated it a bit too high. Good stuff from Ryan Lenahan, trying to get an assist. And he almost did. It was a phenomenal pass from number 2-6. This didn't work out. Now here's Richard. Dumps it down. The defense still remaining out there for Shaker Heights, surprisingly enough. Here's Lenahan. Trying to find either Connor Mayhew or Sepke. Going to send it down along the boards. He was looking to Juan, but he's not going to get it. Here's Juan touching up. Here's a good opportunity. He'll pass it over to Lenahan, and it really might have been a better option to just take the shot because Lenahan was really tied up. But now here's Lenahan back with it. He'll drop it to Mayhew. Mayhew with a shot, and it's blocked by the goaltender. Good work by number 1. It's number 1 against number 1 on each side of the ice. You're seeing the numeral represented. And now with 73 seconds remaining in the first period, it's 2-0 Shaker, and we're getting changes on both sides after the icing.
There's a lot more selflessness.
Good selflessness from Shaker Heights. You're seeing these passes, and you're seeing them really work out, too. Smart moves from Shaker early on in the game. And here's a pass up to number 11. Number 11 trying to pass over to 7. But he's going to be bumped off the play. Arth is going to take it and end it around the boards. And Arth is going to take it away from number 32. Here's number 7, a defenseman of Meadville, getting it back along his blue line. And eventually Meadville going to try to get a rush going forward. But number 11 held up by Arth and Joey Moore. So now Arth on a rush. He's under pressure by 3 Bulldogs, and eventually he can't make it work. So Joey Moore comes in to pick it up, and the Meadville goaltender will get a bounce coming his way. He slaps the leather down to the ice, and he'll wait for the whistle with 26.3 seconds to go in the first period. 2-0, Shaker Heights leading it. Here in their third game, they're looking for their first win on the season. Connor Mayhew in to take the draw. He'll win it back to Lenahan. Lenahan goes over to Juan, and now this one's flipped up to the slot, but it'll be wide of anyone near. Lenahan making it work by himself. Mayhew with a shot, and somehow that didn't go on net. I believe it might have been blocked by number 32 of the Bulldogs, and now it's cleared away. Just only 5 seconds left to go. It looks like Shaker might just hang on to it and kill off the time, and indeed that's the case for Teddy McGinnis as time expires on the first frame of 15 minutes. Well, it seems comfortable, but that's what we said against Perrysburg. They went into the second period up 3. This time they're up 2 heading into the second period, and we'll see if Shaker can just hang on this time moving forward into the next 30 minutes of ice hockey. Still much more to come. Shaker Heights leading the Pennsylvania squad, the Meadville Bulldogs, as we go into the first intermission. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum on the call from the Slater Family Ice Arena in Bowling Green.
Doing that again. Can you look and see how I was sounding?
No one wrote anything.
Can you look?
Yeah.
Can I ask you
What?
Yeah, at the beginning I checked it with the computer.
What else? What else? How you doing? What?
Yeah, Vaughn, you're good.
All right. All right, good.
So who scored? I missed it.
Who scored?
Yeah.
Connor scored. Connor scored. Who scored the second one? Freshman.
Max.
Oh, Max, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Shit.
Hello, Shaker Heights varsity hockey fans, and welcome back into the Slater Family Ice Arena on the BGSU campus here, obviously, in Bowling Green. Shaker Heights taking on the Meadville Bulldogs here to my left. We'll send you back down in a minute, but right now we got to tell you that Shaker is dominating in this game. And shots attempted 21-8. They're winning shots on goal 12-7. Faceoffs 10-6, and we'll send you right back down as they continue to keep it going. Shaker Heights has continued to have so many shots attempted. Whether or not they're on goal or not, they have been cooking with gas on their shots attempted. 14:40 left to go in this second period of play. Here's the shot. It'll go wide. That time from Sebi Juan. This time they're going to start out with Sebi Juan, Connor Mayhew, and Ryan Lenahan. Juan leaves it to Lenahan. He's looking for a shooting lane. He's got nothing open. So he'll center it over to Mayhew. Mayhew with the shot, and it'll go wide. Shaker up 2-0 here as we begin play of the second frame. And now play will pause. Does it look like we've got a penalty for the Mead? It's going to be a roughing call on Meadville's number 13.
Was it to the school or just the journalism?
I haven't read it because I was busy yelling at you. 14-11 left to go in the second. Shaker with their first power play opportunity of the game. Meadville went 0 for 1 on their chance. Shaker hoping to not replicate that kind of success. We saw Cole Richards score on the power play earlier. That was Caden Trotter's puck in the net pick early on in that 10 a.m. game. Maya Mayan also hit with hers as well because she picked Ryan Lenahan. Cross ice feed. We go to Connor Mayhew. Mayhew, Richard. Richard struggling to keep the puck on his stick. He'll send it back to Arth. Arth up to Richard. He'll take the shot and an easy save. That time, at least he made it look easy for number 1. 13:52 left to go in the second period. 1:42 left to go in Shaker's power play. They're off to a pretty good start. Connor Mayhew goes cross ice. He finds Richard. Richard is looking for the feed over to Ryan Lenahan. And now it's sent down the ice. If I need to look up something, I need it here. 80 seconds to go on the roughing penalty. We've seen a lot of roughing penalties taken by every single team that Shaker Heights has played. Here's Joey Moore looking for the shot. He'll lose it as the assistant captain, number 29 of Meadville, took it away. Here's the pass up to Lenahan. He drops it off to Arth. Arth making a couple guys miss. Now Lenahan doing good work to keep it inside of the zone. He'll find Mayhew. Mayhew goes up to the blue line. Richard with the shot, and it'll be wide. Back to Lenahan on the near side. On the near side boards, that time not sure where the intended pass was going. It'll land right off the skate of number 25 over to Mayhew. Mayhew and Lenahan still out there, though it looks like we're going to try to get a couple changes going. Lenahan looking for the shot. He'll make one guy miss. He dekes out one. He'll shoot the shot, and it'll be blocked. Benincasa up to the point. He'll rip a shot of his own. Joey Moore on the rebound. Chance, and blocked once more. Up against the boards. A man taken down. No penalty called. Connor Mayhew leaves it to the captain, Lenahan, and now behind the net. He's interfered with. Not in a penalty way. Lenahan keeps control of the puck. The man is out of the box. So now we're back to 5-on-5. Connor Mayhew and other players like Ryan Lenahan and Joey Moore, Colin Arth, they were out there for the full 2 minutes. It was good stuff from Ryan Lenahan. Good passing from Connor Mayhew, Ryan Lenahan, and all of those 4 forwards on the first line of offense. Benincasa banks it off the boards. He'll find Axel Schneider, who's now out there with Salmon and Rich. Mayhew and Benincasa make up the defensive pairing. Here's Schneider working his way into the near side, looking for a pass. No one set up in front of the blue paint, so he'll keep it for the time being. Now Axel Schneider cross-checked a little bit, but now he'll move it back. There's Lowell Rich, the clearing attempt off of his skate, but eventually cleared out once more. Shaker dumps it right back in. Man tripped up, no call. It seemed to just be incidental contact. 11-11 Make-A-Wish left to go in this second period of play. Behind the net, keep in mind Marios Kalergis, the goaltender here today. Looks like a penalty might be being assessed, and it looks like that'll be the case. And we'll see who gets called. Looks like it's going to be Lowell Rich, number 7, on another cross-check. Cross-check number 2 on Shaker so far. Shaker leading 2-0. With 11 minutes to go.
What are you talking about? Is it free? Hey, calm down.
Kilt's in to take the face-off. He's joined by the forward Colin Arth. On defense right now, Benincasa and Richard. Face-off lost by Meadville, so Shaker will take it and they'll dump it down. .10:40 to go in the second period.
Yeah, no shots on goal.
Right, a minute 40 left to go in Lowell Rich's penalty. Right now, Meadville yet to get a shot on goal in this power play. And for the period. Here's number 25, looking to change that up, but the pass to the slot goes nowhere. Here's the shot, and it's in, right as I called it. The shot was perfect. It was into the top right corner of the net, and Meadville takes this lead from 2-1, and they're right back into this game off of Lowell Rich's penalty, a cross-check 2-minute minor that they were able to capitalize on. 2:14 left to go in the second period. Face-off taken by Meadville in the neutral zone. Number 25 works around one man, works around another. Here's the shot and a good save. Looking for the secondary chance, and it's in. The defense, once again, not able to control these kinds of rushes forward. And in the blink of an eye, it's 2-2. Kalergis standing tall in his net. He's got to understand neither of those goals were exactly his fault, but it's always going to be unfortunate when the goal was scored in your net. Been talking to Michael Bitter about that same kind of thing. A lot of these goals really have not been on him. It's really mainly been on the defense that have not stood tall where they had to be, right in front of the net. Here's a pass into the slot. It'll go off the stick of Joey Moore. Now Richard maintains control. He's bumped off the play as two Bulldogs make their way right to him as he was looking to center himself into the slot. Ryan Kiltz, Colin Arth, Joey Moore, the forward line. Somehow Joey Moore did find the puck in the neutral zone, but it will not work. Here's a bank off the boards to Arth. Bumped off the play, tries to get it back, but number 13 is there to try and clear it away. Here's Joey Moore centering it himself. Good work by number 5. Rebound chance was given up to Lowell Rich. Unfortunately for him, just missed the opportunity. And now it looks like we might be getting a penalty for roughing. We'll see who it's on. Looks like it's going to be on the Bulldogs, number 29. So here's a second chance for the Shaker Heights Red Raiders to get something going on the man advantage. Once again, we'll see the 4 forwards, 1 defenseman makeup. on the first power play unit. Quickly, it's dumped down by Meadville right off the draw. So now that's 2 roughing penalties for Meadville, 2 cross-checking penalties for Shaker. Got to get those 2 things under control, and then maybe you won't have any penalties. One man tripped up and went into the zone prematurely. It looks like that was Colin Arth. Lenahan just going to wrap this one around. Mayhew's going to be the first man there. Connor Mayhew fighting against number 44, and a big hit up high. Shockingly, that wasn't called, because they've been calling those up high hits a lot here in the tournament. It was on number 44 of Meadville, but again, nothing gonna change. It's still a power play for Shaker Heights. This pass around the boards. It'll go up to Joey Moore, who moves it forward. Arth on a good forecheck, but Meadville clears it right out. Only a minute left to go on the power play. 7:45 left to go in period number 2. Arth under pressure. Lenahan will help out, trying to get to the puck just in front of the blue paint. Here's a shot attempt by Arth, who's eventually bumped off the play. No penalty ruled. It was a harsh hit, but it will work out for Meadville as they'll get the puck back and clear it down. And now we get the second line of power play. Benincasa moves it to Mayhew. Mayhew to Kiltz. It's right off of his stick in the neutral zone, so they need a reset. Kiltz off the boards, trying to go to Benincasa. This second power play unit has really not been effective whatsoever throughout these first couple of games. No different here. 2-2 remains your score. Benincasa moves it forward as we enter 5-on-5 play. He takes the shot. Rebound was given up. And now Benincasa hit up high after the play. Lowell Rich going to join in as well and say, no, thank you. We don't need that right now. And so with 6:44, play is blown dead. And we're kept at a 2-2 tie. Good shot from Andy Benincasa. We're still actually less than an hour since the puck was dropped. Game has been going by rather quickly. Not a whole lot of whistles. Braden White in the neutral zone sends this one up to Lowell Rich, and down the ice it goes. Lowell Rich bumped off the play, but actually the man along the boards who bumped him is taken down as well. Aiden Salmon almost got a chance out of the corner, but instead it's going to be a rush for Meadville. That shot all the way from the red line of center ice. Kalair just leaves it to Braden White. White around the boards. He's looking for Salmon to try and clear it out with an extra poke, and indeed he will. Just barely, but Meadville dumps it right back in. McGinnis just trying to evade the referee at this point. He was back skating right in front of him. Along the blue line, McGinnis keeps it in for a moment. And now down the ice, Shaker's offense is going to dump it into their attacking zone and get that fourth line of offense back out. Max Brokaw is out there currently. And he scored that second Shaker Heights goal, his first as a varsity player. Delayed offsides for Meadville. Shaker's going to take the opportunity created, rush the other way. Right now, the forward trio is going to be Lazar, Schneiberg, and Brokaw. And it looks like a penalty is going to be assessed on Shaker. And again, that is just soft stuff we're seeing from the men in stripes. Lazar can't even believe it. He was like, wait a minute, it was me? I barely even touched the guy. They call it an elbowing, which, if that's what you're going to call it, makes no sense. Not sure what at all was that penalty call. And that's not even from a biased perspective. It's a cross-check. It's a cross-check. But if it's an elbowing, it should be an elbowing. And that was not what Lazar did. Right out of the draw, Shaker pokes it out to the blue line, but it's kept in. Here's the shot. Kalair just saves it. And with 5:03 left to go in the second period, it's kept at a tied score. Only 8 seconds come off the clock in the penalty. Face-off taken over by Shaker, and it's cleared down by Richard. Richard out there with the captain, Benincasa, to make up the defensive pairing. The forwards are going to be Mayhew and Lenahan. Meadville on the rush. Mayhew disrupts it. Number 5 was trying to work his way into the slot. Here's Lenahan trying to poke it across the blue line. Will not work. Here's the shot. It'll go wide to the left and clear itself out. 80 seconds left to go on Lazar's apparently elbowing Minor. Benincasa moves this one forward. It's a great breakaway chance for Mayhew. Here he comes. The shot, and it's in. Perfect placement in the lower left corner. And immediately he's going to celebrate into the fist bumps. Good stuff by number 6. He was set up perfectly, and Shaker will take the short-handed goal to get the lead. 3-2. Shaker Heights with 4:24 to go in the second. It's the first time this season Shaker has been able to recapture a lead. And hopefully they can maintain it throughout the rest of the under 20 minutes of game clock. Number 5 holding it at the point. Keep in mind, Shaker's still on the power play for the next 50 seconds. Here's the shot. It'll go wide. And so Kiltz will take it, trying to send it around the boards with the help of Versepke. Hopefully they can clear it. Here's a pass into the slot. He's under pressure by Braden White, and the shot goes in through the 5-hole. Ryan Kiltz really struggled, and it was really a turnover on his own accord. And as the penalty killer that time wasn't able to clear away, and suddenly 2 goals, 1 per side, and Meadville is 2 for 2 on the power play. Just on this period. They're 2 for 3 in total. Joey Moore takes it away from the neutral zone. He'll take the shot. It's wide. I believe it hit the stick of the man in front of him. Joey Moore looking to get this lead right back. Good work by number 5. Up to the point we go. Benincasa looking for a shooting chance. Joey Moore on the rebound, and it'll hit the pad of number 1, the goaltender for the Bulldogs. They'll be cleared away. Joey Moore on the back check. It's a one-on-one rush with Cam Mayhew pressuring number 11. It's the shot. It's a bad shot forced by Mayhew. And it'll go wide. Here's Joey Moore sending it up to Kiltz. Kiltz again, a man that really struggled with the defense, but here we go. Arth takes the rip, and it'll go wide. Kiltz looking for the centering feed to Moore. Moore unable to keep it in front of him. Meadville gets it back. 3 minutes to go in the second frame. Benincasa under pressure. There's no defense right now, but luckily for Shaker, number 25 just lost the puck, and Shaker gets a rush going the opposite way. And it'll just be offsides as Colin Arth, the sophomore, makes a sophomore kind of mistake. Shaker Heights needing to get some sort of momentum back. It's a tied game at 3-3. With 2:35 left to go in the second period. The third line of offense is out. It's Schneider, it's Salmon, and it's Rich. And they're going to call a penalty on Shaker for that, it seems, which is ridiculous. It was incidental contact, and they rule it a tripping. And Salmon didn't even know it was him, and he shouldn't have, because that's ridiculous. I know we were calling this a soft calling game, but that's just ridiculous. That's not soft at the point, that's just bad. And the ref even agrees. He's saying to the coach, That's just, he doesn't know why that was called. .222 to go in the second period. Here's the shot, good pad save by Kalergis. If a goal comes in here, Shaker's momentum will run out, it seems. But hopefully that won't be the case. Benincasa struggling in the corner to keep possession as his own, but unfortunately he's not going to get the opportunity. Looking for a centering feed. No, they're going to take the shot. Secondary chance, and it's in off of Connor Mayhew. An own goal off of number 6. Unbelievable stuff. And at this point, you just got to be aggravated if you're Shaker Heights, if you're a fan, if you're a player, if you're a coach, if you're a broadcaster. Shaker knows they can do it. They've got the fans cheering them on. Not a lot of fans out of Meadville. Of course, they're a squad from Pennsylvania. So just less fans than Shaker Heights does. And of course, Shaker Heights not exactly close to Bowling Green whatsoever, but you know those Shaker fans are devoted ones. 90 seconds left to go in the second period. Here's Lenahan on the shot! And what an awkward little goal that he just got back. And he took the shot and it went 5-hole. What an offensive game. 4-4. We're tied up with 1:29 to go in the second period, and Lenny just gets a little bit of hope back in the Shaker squad. And that's exactly what they needed. Face off, taken by Shaker. Arth moves it in. Into the corner, looking for the centering feed. He doesn't have one. Now he'll just go around the world. Ursepke trying to find Richards, and now it looks like we're going to have a whistle as the net is off. My goodness, Bowling Green has to get that under control. Nets have been coming out way too easy yesterday and today, and it seems to be whenever Shaker is on the offensive side. Here's a different offensive trio. We haven't seen this yet today. It's going to be Joey Moore, Ryan Lenahan, and Connor Mayhew. Ursepke keeping it in, looking for the shot. It'll be blocked. Joey Moore at the point will take it back, but not until it'll clear outside of the blue line. Ryan Lenahan gets the puck. He'll just dump this one in. 54 seconds left to go in the second period. Joey Moore fighting for that first goal of the season. Ursepke can't keep this one in. It's going to go all the way down the ice. Icing was waved off, so Richard is going to be the first man there to pick it up for Shaker off the boards. Joey Moore trying to get control, but Meadville takes it, and they just dump this one right out of play. 30 seconds to go in the second period. Now the forward line is going to be Arth, Kiltz, and Juan. But they actually have Connor Mayhew out there as well. So make it 4 forwards, and then Andy Benincasa. They're not on the power play, mind you. Benincasa can't keep it inside of the blue line. Again, that's something that we've been saying a couple times. They're still delayed offsides because they didn't time it up right. And eventually they're going to whistle it. Delayed offsides, they didn't touch up correctly into the neutral zone. .16 seconds remain. Shaker still sticking with the 4 forward look as Benincasa takes it to the neutral zone, dumps it in. And around the boards, Meadville trying to take it back, and they will. Bumped off the play by Juan. Juan hit up high, but they're not going to rule it. So that takes us to the end of the second period. 4-4, the current score. Very, very offensive from both sides. Meadville has gone 3 for 3 on the power play in that period, and that has allowed them to score 4 in this second period. Shaker Heights not having fun second periods so far. You've seen it here. You've seen it in that last game against Perrysburg. We saw it against Walsh Jesuit, where Walsh scored 3 goals. And right now, Shaker Heights tied with the Pennsylvania squad. It's 4-4 entering into the third and final period. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum. We will see you after the second intermission for the final 15. Hello, Shaker Heights varsity hockey fans, and welcome back into the Slater Family Ice Arena as Shaker Heights gets set for this third and final period. 4-4, your current score. We're tied with the Pennsylvania School of Meadville. Shaker Heights currently winning just about everything. Shots on goal, 22-13. Shots attempted, 34-17. Face-offs, 19-13. The issue has been the power play. Meadville was 3 for 3 in that last period on the power play, and we're going to send you back down to the ice as they get set. But yeah, Meadville went 3 for 3 on the power play in that third and final period. They were 3 for 4 now in those first two periods. And the referee is playing it a very soft game throughout those first two periods. Hopefully that doesn't continue, because some of those penalties have been very, very bad calls. Here's Ryan Lenahan trying to move it up to the point. Cole Richard is too far back to receive it. 14.5 left to go in the third and final period. This is going to be whistled into icing on Meadville. .28 left to go in the third. Face-off won by Cullen Arth. Joey Moore took it off the draw, and Meadville will, however, take it. They're just trying to send it down the blue line, and eventually they're going to get it across. The captain, Andy Benincasa, with Joey Moore on the near sideline. They're going to dump it forward off the back end. And now Meadville sends it right back over to Cam Mayhew. Right now it's the defenses passing it to each other. Not exactly a riveting play. Joey Moore up against number 11 of Meadville, who will eventually win the fight. It's going to be Joey Moore to dump it down the ice. Axel Schneider and Teddy McGinnis will come on now. Joey Moore trying to create these chances. He's not getting a whole lot of help, and now there's no defense back. Teddy McGinnis is now going to join the play. The shot, and good stuff from Marios Kalergis. The last line of defense holds strong. And now it's a rush the other way. Axel Schneider trying to create an opportunity. He'll drop it back. Lowell Rich looking for the shot. Number 29 closes his legs together and doesn't let the opportunity get through on net. Joey Moore needs to hop back onside, and indeed he will. Axel Schneider rips a shot. The rebound was given up. So now it's a secondary chance for McGinnis to take a rip at it, and another butterfly save by the goaltender. Joey Moore keeping it inside of the blue line. Now he's taken down to the ice. No tripping. Here we go on the Shaker back check. That time good skate block by Braden White. Secondary chance. Marios Kalergis just falling onto it, and eventually we're going to get the whistle. Took him a bit of time, but we do get that referee whistle. And Marios Kalergis honestly having a good game here today. A lot of those those four goals have not been his fault. It's mainly been an issue of defense, and you almost saw it cost Shaker once again on another odd man rush, but Marios Kalergis was just right there to rob him of the chance. Good stuff from number 1. Here's Ryan Lenahan, sends it around the boards. He finds Mayhew. Mayhew back to Lenahan. Lenahan in the neutral zone. Moves it forward. Right now, the defensive pairing is Richard and Ersepke. On offense, it's Juan, it's Lenahan, and it's Mayhew. Name of the game has been rushes. Not a lot of goals from the setup. We'll see if that continues. Here's trying to tip it in through the 5-hole. And another butterfly save from the Meadville goaltender. A lot of shots being taken between his legs. And we'll see if eventually Shaker Heights will decide to shoot it somewhere else, or if they can truly, once again, cash in through the 5-hole. Lowell Rich sends it to the slot. Nobody home. Axel Schneider must have been the intended target because he was the man in the direction. But unfortunately for Lowell Rich, his pass will not get there. Here's Rich, back with it again, finding Salmon. Salmon bumped off the play along the boards. Axel Schneider's going to be the man to dump it forward, and will it be an icing? Indeed it will. He was just behind the red line of center ice. Face-off will be back to the Shaker side of the ice. 11:24 left to go in the third and final period. Shaker is at that point where you don't really care to have a tie. You just want to win. We'll see if they can get something going. Right now, a loss feels almost unacceptable. There, a shot block from Joey Moore. Not the biggest guy on the team, but he's going to make it work, and he's going to get in your shooting lane if he has the chance to disrupt your offensive momentum. Here's the shot. It'll go wide to the left post. Here's Andy Benincasa poking it forward. Kiltz is going to be there. He's got no opportunity to do anything with it. There's no forecheck going with him. So Kiltz is going to take it back behind the net. Still under pressure. Joey Moore is going to join him. Can McGinnis keep it inside of the blue line? No, he cannot. So Shaker needs to touch up all the way back. Moore moves it back behind him to Arth. Arth trying to center it himself. It's poked away, but he's going to get it back before going behind the blue line. Here's Joey Moore on the shot. Surprisingly, no tripping call as Arth went down. The referees have been calling that all throughout the night and all throughout the tournament. They've been calling anything, it seems. And here's the clear all the way down the ice. It's going to be on net, so that cancels out any sort of icing. Ryan Lenahan sends it down the ice. Connor Mayhew looking for an opportunity. Number 32 right on him. He's going to take the shot, and it'll go wide. Can Braden White get there to keep it in? Indeed he can. Mayhew back with it in the opposite corner. He's looking for Lenahan, who's not going to get there first. Number 16 will of Meadville. Sebi Juan goes back, looking along the boards, trying to find Ryan Lenahan. But here's Mayhew on the offensive zone turnover. Lenahan looking for a secondary chance, and a stick right in front of him. Not able to get the shot moving forward. Braden White takes a shot on his own accord, and you can hear the pad save. Here's Mayhew with a shot, and how does that go in? Holy cow, Connor Mayhew with incredible accuracy and maybe a little bit of luck as well. And that means it's a Hattie for Connor Mayhew. You could see him with the tip of the cap. The tip of the cap to the bench, and that means Shaker Heights takes the lead. It's 5-4. And again, at this point, if you're Shaker Heights, you're not going to be satisfied with any sort of tie. So if Shaker keeps this score where it is, it's a good game, and especially for Marios Kalergis. And here's a much obvious penalty as they were holding back Richard's head to the sky, and somehow the referees just don't call it. Not a day for the referees. Number 20 bumped off the play. Good clean hit by Axel Schneider. Number 9 making it happen for this third line. Here's Salmon. Where's the defense? Nowhere to be seen. Aiden Salmon bumps a man off the play. Now here to the neutral zone. It's going to be Sepke just ripping a shot as a lot of his teammates are going to get some changes. Now Sepke makes a hit happen up high, and again, the referees do not call it. They have been the very, very inconsistent referees that no one really likes to see. I apologize to the Shaker Athletic Department back home. They're probably not enjoying my calls. I'm not exactly supposed to critique the referees too hard, but I apologize, Mark Eny and Michael Babnick, but this has just been something to complain about. If you were here, you'd understand. Here's another icing. This time it's on Meadville. 8:22 to go in the third and final. Shaker leading by a goal. Face-off will be taken to the right side. The goaltender, number 1. Fourth line of offense back out there. They scored a goal. It was the second goal for Shaker Heights, and somehow this flipped right to Ian Schneiberg, who off the backhand was looking for a goal. He doesn't get it to fall. Benincasa will send it left of the post. Cam Mayhew just barely keeping it in. And now it eventually will be cleared. So the forward trio, Lazar, Brokon, Schneiberg, have been honestly playing their hearts out. And they've been playing a very good game very early in the season to get fourth line goal. Typically you get it at a random point late in the season when they finally kind of found their footing. But Max Brokaw and Isaac Lazar, the two freshmen on that fourth line, really playing it well, and Ian Schneiberg helping him out as well. Number 25 on the back of his jersey. He's been making plays happen as well. Arth out there with Joey Moore and Ryan Kiltz. The defensive pairing are Sepke and Richard. We're halfway through this third and final period. Shaker winning the period 1-0. And here's the shot. It'll go wide past Marios Kalergis' blocker. Here's a secondary chance. Using the stick is Kalergis, and Shaker will clear it away. Joey Moore with the kick of the skate will honestly pressure it all the way back into the Meadville zone. Joey Moore really pressuring well in this neutral zone, not letting anything get past him. But now here's number 5 under pressure by 2 Red Raiders, and the Raiders cleared away to the neutral zone once more. And there, a hit from Joey Moore, and shocked they didn't call that a late hit, but actually they're going to. Looks like they might call him on 2 penalties as well. He smacked his stick hard to the ice. You know these referees, they're going to be hurting the feelings. And they're going to call it a double minor as a result. And head coach Matt Bartley wanted a word with the referees, not going to get one. The referees sick of the argumentative stuff, but granted, we're all sick of their stuff. I mean, come on. Connor Mayhew trying to clear it. The Meadville skates keep it in for the time being. Now Mayhew clears it out and creates a 2-on-1 rush with Ryan Lenahan the other way. Mayhew takes the shot on his own accord. It's flipped up over the net. And back in the Meadville zone, they're going to control it and eventually take it away. 3:20 left to go on the double minor of Joey Moore. Here's number 11 creating the chance. Good swat by Andy Benincasa, who tries to get it away. Here's the shot. Good glove by Marios Kalergis. Looking at a victory in his first varsity start. And now, finally, head coach Matt Bartley is going to get his word in. And understandably so. Honestly, I think everyone in the Slater family ice arena would like a word with the referee. I am included. 5:40 left to go in the third period. Less than 3 minutes to go in Joey Moore's double minor. Benincasa plays the man, allows the puck to glide over Richard, who dumps down off the boards. Eventually it will be met by number 1, the goaltender for Meadville. Cole Richard takes it from the neutral zone, dumps it right back into the Meadville zone. Good work by Shaker so far. And Arth takes it back into the corner and sends it around the boards. Lenahan is actually the first man there. This Meadville power play is struggling right now. Here, Ursepke sends a Bulldog down to the ice, lets it glide to Mayhew. Mayhew skates around it in his own zone for a moment, now tries to clear, kept in along the boards, along the blue line. Here's a good shot attempt. It'll go wide behind the net. It's a battle for puck possession. Meadville's going to get it. Send it up to the blue line. Number 13 looking for the shot. It's blocked. That time by Connor Mayhew, who slides down to the ice as well. And they're going to call a penalty on Teddy McGinnis for incidental contact, and this has gotten ridiculous.
That's terrible!
And these referees are calling a trip on Teddy McGinnis, or no. They're going to call a timeout for Meadville as well. And as we try to catch our breath of whatever these referees are thinking and calling here at the Slater Family Ice Arena, the families are just aggravated as all heck. We're going to step aside as it's going to be 5-on-3 for the next minute 44. Advantage Meadville. Shaker up 5-4. We're back to it. A minute 44 of 5-on-3 coming Meadville's way. The Shaker parents amping up this team. Shaker trying to get Marios Kalergis on his first varsity start, his first varsity win. Number 5 looking for the shooting lane. It closes up quickly, but one opens up on the other side. Cole Richards blocks the chance. Here's a shot. It'll go wide. Lenahan takes the puck from the corner, dumps it down. A minute 20 remain on the 5-on-3. Meadville taking it a little slow. And Shaker honestly perfectly fine with that, though it can be a little bit more intimidating. Here's the shot. Kaler just watches it go right into the glove. Marios Kalergis with 3 minutes 46 seconds standing between him and a varsity victory. Here's the shot. It'll be tipped and wide. Can it clear? No. Number 25 keeps it in just at the point. Less than a minute to go on the 5-on-3. Number 25 walks his way in. Now sends it to 5, who's playing a bit more back. Now to 25, the captain. Wanted to shoot it, but doesn't. Here's number 5 on the shot. It's too elevated over the net. And Meadville will keep it in at the point. 40 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. That time, good save. Still 5-on-3. Meadville maintaining possession. Shaker struggling to clear it away. There, a bad pass. It'll go cross ice off the boards. Back to the captain, number 25. Diving to make the shot blocked was Ryan Lenahan. Good stuff. Number 5 looking for a shot. He doesn't have one open. He goes to 25. He's blocked off. It's poked away. Here's 5 again, and it finds its way into the top right corner. It's 5-5.
Thank you, ref!
29 seconds remain in 5-on-4 now after the goal was scored. Shaker with just under 3 minutes to try and get a victory. But keep in mind, they are still down a man for the next 29. Connor Mayhew behind the net of Kalergis. He's going to dump this one down. Almost hit a referee. But down the ice it goes. 10 seconds remain until Teddy McGinnis is released. In the neutral zone, Shaker going to take it back. They've got 2:20 left to go in the third and final frame. 5-5 the current score. McGinnis pokes this one forward, taken over by Arth. Arth finds Mayhew. Here's a good breakaway chance. He shoots it, and it's goal! Number 4 for Connor Mayhew! with 2:08 to go in the third. Mayhew pops his fourth. What a day for Mayhew. And I picked him as my puck in the net pick. Man, did I pick it right. Shaker up by one. 6-5 now the score. And my goodness, face off. Taken by Shaker. They get it to Connor Mayhew. He dumps it down off the glass. It'll be an icing. Nope, they blow it off. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the third and final period. Lenahan, the captain, sends it up to the sophomore Sebi Juan, who rips a shot. Good blocker save by number one, the goaltender for Meadville. 100 seconds remain. We'll see if they can pull the goalie, but right now, Shaker's not letting them exit the zone. Here's Juan. Juan behind the net. Trying to center it. Now he'll send it back to Richard. Richard takes the shot, and a good pad save, the right pad. Now Juan sends it behind the net. 80 seconds remain. This one will go down the ice. The first man there is going to be Andy Benincasa. It'll be an icing on Meadville with 1:17 left to go in the third. Woo-wee, my goodness. It's not over yet. 77 seconds remain in the game. Arth wins this faceoff. Or Sepke dumps it off of Joey Moore, who's trying to get it. It's Ryan Kiltz out there with Arth as well, making the forward line one trio. Keeping in that time. Good work by Sepke. Now it'll be poked away. But in the neutral zone, Shaker continues to keep it away from the Meadville forwards. Arth off the boards will give it over to the Meadville Bulldog defense. 50 seconds remain. Good work by Joey to get it back on his stick. Now Arth playing the boards. Or Sepke now with it. Plays it off the glass, and it goes right back to the Meadville defense. We'll see if they can finally get their man out of the net. And it looks like they're not going to. 30 seconds remain. Joey Moore wraps it around the boards. It'll clear to the neutral zone. Along the boards, Shaker trying to get it back, maybe get one last attack, but right now here's a rush for Meadville. Centering pass goes right to Sepke, dumps it down. 15 seconds remain. Icing was waved off. Arth trying to send a man into the boards. Now here's a big collision in the Meadville zone as well. 5 seconds remain. Taking it away from the boards is Kiltz. Now Moore just going to pin it on up along the boards, and Shaker takes the victory. Marios Kalergis, in his very first varsity start, will get his very first varsity win, and you can see Shaker Heights amped up for this one. And Connor Mayhew, definitely the MVP of the game after popping 4 different goals all throughout the game. And he really led the way for this Shaker Heights win. Shaker Heights getting their only victory of their 3 set games. And this one's going to be a night to remember for Marios Kalergis, the freshman getting the victory. And you can see his parents celebrating as well. They're in the fans section here at the Slater Family Ice Arena. Anywho, thank you very, very much for tuning in. This is a game to remember for everybody here at Bowling Green State. Shaker Heights really did outplay Meadville just about in everything. In face-offs, they won it 26-19. Shots attempted 46-32. Shots on goal, they won 29-20. That was a big issue in that last game against Perrysburg. They continued to shoot it over and over, but some just wouldn't find the net, and that was mainly the issue. And right now, they're celebrating down there as the players come off the ice and into the locker rooms. Kalergis, I was, again, riding with him on the bus ride here, and he was tense, he was nervous, but I told him, listen, it's just the same game, just a different level, and he had his very first win as a freshman. It's always good to see here at the Slater Family Ice Arena. Meadville really did do well on the power play. That's something that Shaker Heights needs to clean up. It's mainly something for their defense, and their defense still needs to continue to work forward. And we will see if they can finally clean up some of these things. Again, Meadville 4 for 7 on the power play. Shaker Heights only went 0 for 2 on the power play. A lot of penalties going on, and you can still see players like Joey Moore and Lowell Rich still talking to the referees. The coaches didn't even want to take their time to talk to the referees. They just want to be with the team after their first win of this 2024-25 season. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum from the Slater Family Ice Arena. We'll see you tomorrow for the fourth and final game of the Jamie Ruffner Memorial Tournament. Thank you for joining.